This is
your brain.
Pop culture.
All of this talk of physical media lately has reminded me of the first format that offered consumers the chance to rent movies. I'll tell you now, it's not the one you are thinking of. Tape technology had seen serious innovations throughout the 60s and 70s. Perhaps most notable was Sony's U-matic, which pioneered the video cassette. And while they hoped it would be a consumer product, the high cost of the tapes and machines meant that it was instead adopted by professional and industrial settings, such as news stations. And that meant that the video cassette hadn't taken off with consumers, and there was a gap in the market. Hoping to fill that gap was the first format that allowed people to rent and watch feature films in their home. It wasn't VHS, it wasn't Betamax. In fact, this predated the earliest of those formats, Betamax, by 3 years. Getting its name from Cartrivision television in 1972, we got Cartrivision. Cartrivision tapes were square, with 2 reels of film mounted on top of each other. You could buy blank tapes to record nearly 2 hours of television. Generally though, there were 2 types of tapes. There were black tapes that allowed you to watch documentaries, sports, instructional videos, and you could rewind and watch those at your leisure. Then there were red tapes, which were available to consumers to rent and watch of a library of nearly 200 feature films. Pretty good, right? Well, there's a reason you don't remember it. For example, let's say you wanted to rent one of the 200 films. There were no video stores yet, so it took a bit of time. You'd have to go to a retailer who would have to request and ship the title in for you, and then you have to go back and pick it up, which, yeah, is a pain in the neck compared to what rental stores would become. But the bigger problem was that studios were still apprehensive about having their films out there and feared piracy. So because of that, those red tapes could be watched once. They could not be rewound.
While they can be stopped and restarted at your convenience, they cannot be rewound.
If you did want to watch the film again, you'd have to bring it back to the retailer, who had a special machine that could rewind the tape, and then you would be charged for that convenience. That was just one of the many nails in Cartrivision's coffin. Another one was the fact that while it was available to retailers, it wasn't available as a standalone machine. It was only available built into a TV set, which meant that in today's money, it would cost nearly $10,000. While there were apparently plans for a standalone machine at some point, Cartrivision wouldn't be around long enough to see it come to fruition. Other companies were already starting to tout the fact that they would be entering the videotape market, and customers likely thought they should wait and see what happens, instead of ending up with an expensive and possibly obsolete machine. There was also the fact that Cartrivision lost a lot of their tape library, as the warehouse that the tapes were being stored in was so humid that the tapes disintegrated. Barely a year after launch, Cartrivision was already dead due to high costs and some poor decisions. Not long after that, VHS and Betamax would crack the code on home viewing, and videotapes would become a fixture of physical media. And while those tapes might be gathering dust on shelves now, Cartrivision was gathering dust before they even hit shelves.
Let's get together again soon. At your house. Just ask for Cartrivision.